everyone, it's me, Haven. I've just finished making these pyjamas and I'm really tired, so I'm going to pop off to bed, and when I get up I'll show you how I made them. I hope you'll come and join me. So I've gone ahead and cut out all of my pieces. So you want to have 4 of the fronts of the tops, you want 2 of the backs, 2 of the sleeves and 2 of the legs. So for the legs, what you're going to do is you're going to get your piece of card and you are going to fold over 1/4 of an inch, just like that, and then iron it, press it, and then we're going to come down and we're going to fold that whole thing over onto 3/4 of an inch. I didn't have it on this piece, I've got it on the other piece. I did a mark on there at 3/4 of an inch, and you're going to fold that over onto that, so that when it's all together it will be 1/2 an inch, okay? So do that on that one, and then turn it over to the other side, and you're going to just fold it over on 1/2 an inch, and then come back and fold it over on 1/4 of an inch. So you've got a little seam like that, which is 1/4 of an inch. Do that on both legs. So this is the pattern, and to get the pattern all you need to do is go underneath this video, go down, and you will find a description box. In the description box there will be some little some little website links. If you click on those, it'll come up and you have small page where it'll come up. If you want to save it to your computer, you should look right at the top of the page for something which looks like this, and that will save that onto your computer. If not, if you go beside that, you'll find there is a little image of a tiny printer. Click on that and that will allow you to print it. You need to print it at 100%. Make sure that your pattern is coming out with 1 inch. Use your ruler to measure the box to make sure that it is 1 inch when you get that pattern, okay? Right, so the first thing we're going to do is on the bottom of the trousers, okay? Don't do the top piece of your trousers yet, because what we'll do is when we put them together, we will join them up first before we actually fold them down and do that, okay? And then we're just going to put the legs on just the same and do the bottom of the leg. This is a way of saving thread, so you don't have to be using a lot of thread. So there we go, I'm going to go on there, and then I'm going to come on with this piece. Do a few back stitches. And then we're going to go straight across. And I did a back stitch at the end, okay? So do that on the other 2 pieces and then we'll come back. So we've got our 2 trouser leg pieces. I've put my other pieces to the side for a minute. We're just going to take them here and we're going to put them together like this, and we're going to pin them all the way through here like this. If you feel like you can do it without pinning, you go right ahead. Like that, and then we're going to go to the other side and we're going to do the same again. Okay, and you want to make sure you go all the way up to the top of that seam there, alright? Okay, so we're going to just go to the machine now and we're going to do back stitch there, stitch right up, back stitch there to finish it, and we'll do that on both sides. So I'm just going to put my fabric on, and I'm just lining the edge here up with where it is 1/4 of an inch on my foot. You might have a different foot, so check where it is lining up where it measures 1/4 of an inch. Okay, and then we're just going to come around. Do a few back stitches and then all the way back. Just very slowly, when you get to that curve, come around. Check the pin out. Go all the way up
to the top. And do a back stitch. Okay, and then do exactly the same on the other side. So once you have your stitches all the way in around, we're just going to come over and neaten this edge up by putting in a zigzag stitch. So we're going to come in, sit on the top, and this is my zigzag stitch here. Yours will be somewhere else on the machine. Okay, so I'm just going to come in, turn it to the zigzag stitch, and I'm just going to let it go and do its own thing. I'm going to do a few backwards. And I'm going to come all the way around. And a few back stitches there as well. Okay, now if you have a serger, you can do that on a serger. But I don't have a serger, so I'm just going to do it just like that. Okay. So you now should have a piece which looks like this, all nice and neat on the sides. So we're going to turn it now onto the side, and we are going to take our two legs and we're going to pin them together, getting those two seams there to join together, and those two seams there to join together, and those two hems there to join together. Just going to pin that all the way along. So I have this all pinned out, but whilst I'm here, I'm going to also prepare my top. And what I'm going to do is just turn that over at the top here, onto that 1/4 of an inch, like that. And then I'm going to turn it down onto that second row, and I'm going to pin this all the way around, just the same as we did before. Go all the way around pinning it, but when you get to this piece here, you don't want to pin a piece which is about, leave it about an inch, 3/4 of an inch, just open so that we can put the elastic in, okay? So we're going to come here, we're going to lay that in there like that, and we're going to leave that gap open, and then we're going to go all the way round and just pin this all the way round like that, so that we've got a nice channel for our elastic to go into. So we have our trousers all ready. There we go. I knew I had them somewhere there, and I want to put them in, and I want to make sure that that hem is going and it's sitting absolutely perfectly together like that. And I'm going to put them at a 1/4 of an inch on my foot. Like this, take a little bit just to wiggle it to make sure that you're in the right place. Okay, and then we're going to go forward and then back, and then we're going to go straight around now, keeping that foot there. So we just want to go forward now, keeping that foot on the very edge. When you get to this bit, see if you can put that one that way and have the other one coming underneath and going back that way. Make sure it's laying flat. There we go. When you get to here, you do a back stitch, and then we're going to come up and we're going to do the top. Actually, before we do anything else, let's just change our foot, flip it over, save a bit of cotton, and we're going to go around and do a zigzag stitch all the way around. So I'm just going to come around and we're going to just do a few zigzags there, do some back ones, and go all the way around. When you get here, just slow down a minute, make sure you're getting all of that in. come in here, to be very slow and just do a few on and then back. There you go. Okay, so you've got a really neat edge there to that now. So I'm going to take this part of my sewing machine off. You should have a piece where you can remove this, and you've got just a much smaller piece of your machine, like that. There. And what I'm going to do now is place my leg over, now my legs of the trousers over this, and it just fits over. Hopefully yours will fit as well. And we're going to slide it right up underneath, and this is just going to make it a little bit easier to do. We're just going to catch it right on the end there, so it's coming just there on the end of the fabric. Okay, and we're going to come up to this yellow pin here. There we go. So that's where we're going to start. Remember, we need to leave an opening for our elastic to go in. So we're going to come around and just take it slowly. You can change your needle position if you've got one which changes. I'm going to go right to the edge. Just trying to, sorry, I was still on zigzag stitch. Make sure you change it from zigzag stitch. I'm going to put my needle over here. Now if you don't have this option, you can just wiggle yours a little bit further so that it's going over that way. I'm just going to come over, we're going to do a back stitch, and then we're going to go all the way around. It's just a little bit tight there, but I'm going to just keep wiggling it until I get it to go all the way around. And very cleverly I've gone the wrong way and put my pins in the wrong way. Okay, so we're just going to keep going all the way around. Took a little bit longer just to go through there, but that was okay. Gone down one leg hole. Leave myself a little bit of room to get that elastic in. Do a back stitch and then take that one off. So here are our trousers, and they're almost finished. We've just got to put our elastic through. Now I've measured this piece of elastic, so it went round my doll, and it was reasonably tight, and that is 6 inches. Okay. So I'm just going to place the elastic on the pin through that little hole, and then we're going to feed it all the way in. Now if you are concerned about your end coming out, what you can do is just grab a pin and pop it in there just to hold that in place so that you won't pull the whole piece of elastic through, and then whiz that around. Now I have done that many times, pulled the whole elastic through. Whiz that around. When you get to this bit, it will be a bit tricky, but just wiggle it and it will go through. And then keep going until you've got it all the way around. And you're coming out through this end here. And then we will take that to the sewing machine, stitch these 2 pieces together, and then stitch over here. So here's our complete pyjama bottoms, all done.
I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. Goodbye.